Most first-time homebuyers think buying a house is confusing, but the truth is, it's only confusing because no one walks you through it clearly. Because once you understand the actual steps, this becomes a lot more straightforward than you think. So in this video, I'm breaking down the entire first-time home buying process in Minnesota step by step. So you know exactly what happens from the moment you start thinking about buying all the way to the day you get your keys. And if you're even considering buying a house in the next 6 to 12 months, this is going to save you a lot of mistakes early on. Quick question before we start. Do you feel like you're ready to buy, or you're trying to figure out where to even begin? Because this process will answer both. Step 1, figuring out your numbers. Before you look at a single home, you need to understand what you actually can afford. And this is where most buyers go wrong. They jump straight into Zillow, start looking at homes, and then fall in love with something that doesn't match their budget. So here's what you actually want to look at first: your income, your monthly expenses, and your current savings. And more specifically, how much you're comfortable paying monthly, not just what you're actually approved for. Because those are two very different numbers. Now this leads directly into step 2. Step 2 is getting a pre-approved. This is where you talk to a lender, and they're gonna tell you how much you can borrow, what your interest rate might look like, what your estimated monthly payment is. Now here's why this matters. Once you're pre-approved, you go from just looking to someone who actually make an offer. And in Minnesota, especially in this competitive price range, that matters a lot. Because if you find the right house, you don't want to be scrambling to get approved at the last second. You want to be ready. And let's do a quick check. Have you talked to a lender yet, or are you still in the research phase? Because that step alone changes how serious your search becomes. Step 3, start your home search. Now you can start looking at homes, but here's the mistake most first-time home buyers make. They search based on price and photos instead of how they actually live. So instead of asking, do I like this house, you want to ask, does this fit my day-to-day life? Things like commute or remote work, space for home office, proximity to things you actually use, how the neighborhood feels. Because this is where buyers either get clarity or start going around in circles. And once you find something that feels right, that's when things move quickly. Step 4, make an offer. When you find the right home, you're going to spend an offer, and this isn't just the price. Your offer includes purchase price, closing timeline, and contingencies like inspection and financing. Now in Minnesota, depending on the market, you might be competing with other buyers. So this is where strategy matters. It's not always about offering the most, it's about offering the smartest. Because the goal is to win the home without putting yourself in a bad position. Step 5, inspection. Once your offer is accepted, you move into inspection. This is where you're bringing a professional to evaluate the home. They're going to look at the roof, foundation, electrical, plumbing, major systems, and this step is crucial. Because this is your chance to understand what you're actually buying. And if something major comes up, you can renegotiate, request repairs, in some cases, walk away. Step 6, appraisal plus the loan process. At the same time, your lender is working behind the scenes. They're finalizing your loan and ordering an appraisal. The appraisal makes sure the home is worth what you're paying, because the bank won't lend on something that's overpriced. This step can feel slow because it's one of the most important parts of the process, because everything is getting verified. And this is usually where buyers start feeling a little stressed. So I'm curious, what part of the process feels the most confusing to you right now? Drop in the comments, because this is where most first-time homebuyers get stuck. Step 7, final walkthrough. Right before closing, you do a final walkthrough of the home. This is your chance to make sure the home is in the same condition, any agreed repairs were completed, nothing unexpected has changed. It's basically your last chance before everything becomes official. Step 8, closing day. This is the day everything becomes real. You'll sign your documents, finalize your loan, pay your closing costs, and once that's done, you get the keys. And just like that, you're officially a homeowner. But here's the big picture, things that people don't realize. The process itself isn't complicated, it's just unfamiliar. And once you've seen it step by step like this, it becomes a lot easier to navigate. If you're thinking about buying in Minnesota, the best thing you can do right now is get clear on your numbers and start asking the right questions early. Because that's what puts you in a strong position when the right home shows up. And if you want more breakdowns like this, costs, neighborhoods, what different budgets get you, make sure you subscribe so you can keep learning before you make the move. Because the more you understand going into this, the better decision you're going to make.